This is a response to Fox News. And probably a short explanation of why so many people just don't like Fox News. Why people like Glenn Beck lose sponsorship, and why they are attacked so much. Two people can say something, but more and more somebody says something about a particular person, the more likely it's true. Anyhow, that's regardless. I watched the entire Obama speech today, as well as the entire Q&A. And towards the end of the Q&A, and I use Fox News to watch the Q&A, the entire program. And my own personal hypocrisy is that I tend to watch Fox News more than the other ones as well, because what they do have right is that Fox News is what they do have right at Fox News is that the MSNBC and the CNN, especially MSNBC, is ultra liberal, and I know what I believe. I don't need to be around a whole bunch of other people who also believe the same thing I believe. I know, what I believe. Anyhow, and towards the end of the Q&A, I think at question 8, if I wrote this down right, there's a thick bulletin, highlighted, capitalized, in letters saying breaking news. Obama, hardworking people held hostage by insurance companies. And now, like I said, I watched the entire debate, and did Obama say this in any shape, way, or form? I honestly can't say yes or no. What I do distinctly remember is Obama sharing a story about a family. Father, I believe, the father he talked to was named Nathan, where the son is stricken with a disease. The family has health insurance, and because of the nature of the son's disease, the family reached their lifetime maximum of coverage, which means that the insurance company will no longer cover the son or the family for not just the son, but the entire family, for the continuing medical needs that the son has, which is an aspect of most private insurance companies, whether they're individual companies, individual coverage plans, or employee-based coverage. And what people don't see is that these companies set these yearly maximums, lifetime maximums, and then after that, the family, the member is SOL, literally. Well, you can say, and for most middle-class families, they have no other options, because again, private insurances currently have have pre-existing condition exclusions. So this family says, okay, they leave that company, they opt out of their coverage if it is an employee-based coverage, or they just simply leave it if it's individual coverage, and they go to another private insurance company, and guess what? That company says, no, your son has this disease. They're not going to accept the family for their coverage. And because it's a middle class family, that hard working family, it's a middle class money family, because of their income level, can't be covered by Medicaid either. Now, if I'm in a situation where I pay my premiums, I pay my taxes, I'm a hard-working American citizen, I have health coverage, I'm not asking for coverage, I already have it. Is it my fault my child is stricken with a disease that costs more than whatever said insurance company wants to cover? Is that my fault? What's the father supposed to do? He wants to take his kid. Okay, fine. This one coverage says no. Okay, I'll go to another insurance company, and they say no too. And because of current systems, I make however much money, so I can't get Medicaid. He's stuck. Just like any other hostage, he's stuck. So yes, Fox News, hardworking Americans, hardworking people can and sometimes are held hostage by insurance companies. Because you're damned if you do, and then you're damned if you don't. And what this bulletin does is just spin. For the fair and balanced news crew, network news, cable news, that is absolute spin. And I understand the argument, the fact that so many Americans don't really, it's just in case shit. So many Americans, they go to a doctor once or twice a year. They get their physicals, they get their checkups, they get their flu shots. So the idea of having to spend any more money than you already spend for insurance is something you don't want to get into. But something also that Obama said is, you and most people don't really want insurance until they need it. Until dad has a heart attack. Until mom needs a triple bypass. Until ovarian cancer. Until mom needs a hysterectomy. Until any of the unfortunate things happen. Now, personally, and if you've seen my videos before, you know that I've shared I already have a heart condition, and I was in California when I had to be hospitalized for 2 weeks because of endocarditis. I have, with that current plan that I had, that was an individual coverage set up by my father. I had a 75,000 year maximum and a 225,000 lifetime maximum, and that 2 weeks spent both of those, unless my father changed coverage and paid even more in premiums. And he did, and I'm here. Luckily, I was a fortunate one. And even now, I work for an incredible not-for-profit hospital that gives incredible insurance, so I don't have these fears for as long as this hospital is in business, which it's been around for over 100 years, so I'm sure I'll be all right. But the point of this is that this is why no one likes you, Fox News. Right here. You're putting spin on what he said, and you're using it. He said it, so I guess it's fair game. And I guess you can, since everyone else is so pro, you can balance the equation by being so anti. So I guess that's your fair and balance right there. But I think you know the point. And for whoever else, views this, whether you agree or disagree, the point is simple. What you have got to understand about the private insurance company, especially the for-profit private insurance companies, is that they do not care about you at all. They set pre-existing condition exclusions. They set low yearly and lifetime maximums. They increase premiums. They give benefits to providers that don't order as many tests. These are all things we've heard before. And even even if you don't care, you don't agree with the proposed healthcare reform, you have to agree that this is just not working. But Fox News, you gotta, is that really all you got to be that blatant? So I don't know. This is just one man's opinion. Like I said, I invite any of my viewers to comment, to respond. Respectfully, I suppose. Is the only real thing I request. But make no mistake, Americans are absolutely held hostage by insurance companies. Number one, and number two, that insurance company that you have, that you're so happy about, and so proud of, and so happy with. I just hope and pray you don't get sick, because the second, and I mean the second that you do, you're SOL. I'm going to give a response to the Obama presentation, Q&A, and even the immediate Fox News report sooner, here pretty soon. But once again, this is JJ Singh. Peace.